Mark, first thing, you're here and not in Barnsley.
Yeah, I think that probably comes from the fact that I was offered that job a couple of years ago now when I was at Swindon. And yeah, but nice. Like I say, that was then. I got a job to do at Forest Green. I'm enjoying it, looking forward to it.
And you go to Newport off the back of 3 home wins in a row. Is the task now to just take that form on the road?
Yeah, we need to try and now put sort of 2 results together. You know, if we can do that, then we give our points tally a real boost and keep the momentum rather than sort of winning one, losing 2, and winning one. So we need to certainly try and put a couple of results back to back together.
What's not been happening right for you in away games, other than sort of the things out of your control, like refereeing decisions? I know you've been unhappy with those, but what can you as a team do more of?
We've been really tiny margins. I think Swindon game was a real level game. We definitely deserve something out of that. Carlisle game was another really even game. We didn't get the rub of the green there. And the Exeter game, we were really, really good in the first half. We could have easily been well in front, and the second half we weren't as good. So it's been small margins, and we have to try and put that all together now and do whatever we can to get a result.
And you're playing against a side who've got a Wednesday to Saturday turnaround. You know all about those from last week, so you know a bit of pressure on Newport, especially if there's still a little bit of Wembley excitement in those legs of theirs.
Yeah, they've done great, haven't they? You know, brilliant achievement for Mike there and the players to be able to get to that stage of the FA Cup and take Tottenham as close as they did. And I thought they were good last night. They pressed really high early on and were really on the front foot. But it's inevitable with a squad of Tottenham's quality. They're going to get you somewhere in the end. And it turned out to be a long night for them. But I'm sure they've really enjoyed the experience, and I'm sure they'll get plenty of rest time between now and the weekend. And their focus will be, I'm sure, trying to get in the playoffs. So we're not expecting anything different than a fully motivated Newport County.
Yeah, I suppose their manager will be telling them that Saturday against Forest Green is more important than Wednesday against Spurs.
I'm sure he was. They're only sort of a couple of wins off the playoffs, and or a win and a draw, whatever, off the playoffs. So I'm sure that's where they're looking, and rightly so. But listen, you're not going to go anywhere and get given anything. We're for not 1 minute do we think that because Newport have played Tottenham on Wednesday, it's going to be an easy day for us. It's going to be quite the opposite.
Do you feel that the January signings are beginning to bed in now? And I suppose results helps that process as well, doesn't it?
I think that's always been the plan that we could get them in and hit the ground as quick as we could. So there is always going to be a period of adjustment. But I think the boys that have come in have shown in glimpses what they can bring to the rest of the squad. And we've not really been out of any game, since they've been here. We could have possibly got results in all of them.
As they get better bedded in, can you do a little bit more? Can you ask a little bit more of them tactically?
A lot of our work has been tactically to try and show them what it is we do and what we're about, because every other club is different. So, it's important that we do it step by step. We can't do it all at once, and it's all about getting a result on a Saturday and trying to make sure we stay in the league.
Obviously, you switched to 4-4-2 last weekend. How big an adjustment is that for the players to have to make?
Well, I think everybody's been brought up playing 4-4-2. I think when you're kids and when you go into your first sort of adult football, everybody plays 4-4-2. So I think they all by default know that system. And I just looked at it and thought that with the pressure we were under, and with the strikers we had, it probably made common sense to try and get a few more balls in and around the box for Christian and Ruben and Grubby and Alex Bray to feed off, and that's what happened.
I suppose in a way the personnel you've got in the team at the moment sort of lends itself to that system, doesn't it?
Well, we brought in a wide player with that in mind of it to be a change in system. We brought in Alex Bray, knowing that it was a really quick, aggressive wide player, knowing that we could play with a wide player, and obviously Grubby played most of his games at Western-super-Mare as a wide player. So we knew we had that facility there to use, but it came probably quicker than we anticipated.
2 final questions from me. Training ground, have you been able to sort of get out on the grass a little bit, or is it still sort of snorkels and masks?
Yeah, we've managed to get on today. We've managed to get on some grass today, and it's gradually drying out with sort of dry cold week we've had. So we've been able to do a little bit today for certain.
And injuries? How's the squad?
Yeah, we're okay. We're in good shape.